Feeling festive? Welcome to Dublin, where we're about to go on a really cool tour. Let's go. Good morning, adventurers! I am in Dublin, Texas, where we are about to go to this building right here. So we're already in our green, and let's see what we can find. Looks like somebody already has this covered. Okay, so we picked up some drinks and they're dyeing everything green. So I have a regular cola, but as you can see, there's a little bit of green all around it. And inside, it's a nice dark green color. Woo! Bottoms up! So the tour here is $5 and you get to go on this tour through the bottling area and the museum, and they tell you all about the process. Now, for those who are not familiar with Dublin Dr. Pepper, it did not taste like regular Dr. Pepper, and it was kind of a phenomenon. So now they have this still as an active bottling facility where they use it from time to time with different things, but we're going to learn a lot more about that as we go on the tour. This place is busy, like busy.
This is our lighting station. So what would happen is we would have our bottles come through and rotate on this disc, and we'd have 2 employees here, each at one lighting station, and they'd grab 4 bottles, put them on these slots, and flip the switch. Bottle represents 10 bottles in a honeycomb slot, and it would go through a pre-rinse. This is getting off any loose dirt, extra syrup, or any extra soda that is left in the bottle. Bottling process. This machine is from 1929, so it is officially 90 years old as of this year. I always reference this machine to my grandmother, and she gets very upset at me because she always says, "I'm not a machine, Caitlin," but she's as old as it, so I use it. But Dr. Pepper was actually based off of a scent and not a taste. So Charles Attribution created a drink that he thought was best to the smell, and people absolutely loved it. But at the time, it didn't have its famous Dr. Pepper name. So people would always come in and say, "Hey, shoot me a Waco." But you'll always hear stories about how Dr. Pepper got its name. But the story that we believe to be the most accurate is that when Mr. Morrison went up to his home state in Virginia, he fell in love with a woman named Miss Pepper. Miss Pepper had a father who was a physician named Dr. Pepper. He asked Dr. Pepper if he could have his daughter's hand in marriage, and Dr. Pepper denied him. He said, "Y'all are just way too young, try again, kid." And was thinking, how can I win my girlfriend's dad over? I know, name the drink after him. So he named the Shoot Me a Waco after Dr. Pepper, and the name took off and everybody just loved it. So our original founder, Mr. Sam Houston Prim, met Mr. Morrison at his Old County drugstore in Waco, Texas, and tried the drink for the very first time and absolutely fell in love with it. And he asked Mr. Morrison if he could bottle the drink. And Mr. Morrison said, "Of course, pick your town, wherever you want to do it at." He chose Dublin, Texas, because at the time it was supposed to be the size of Fort Worth. They overshot that by quite a bit, but it's okay. We love our small little town.
a tour, but we do have a self-guided section so we can check out this area, and it's pretty cool. You can see how the logo's changed, all the different products, some really neat stuff, and it's been like one of the most informative places that we've been lately. Insane. I like to have things around me that motivate me and push me on to the next level. Well, apparently, right here, Mr. Billy Cloyster, Mr. Dr. Pepper, was the same way. This is a recreation of his office, and I don't have anything on him. So much information, so many cool pieces of history that you can go back in and visit right here in Dublin. And while it's a tiny town with a huge story that brings us all together because everybody's had a Dr. Pepper, let's just face it. If you haven't, what rock have you been living under? And look at this bottle. Big things in Texas. That's for sure. Excuse me, sir, can you tell me where the bottling company is? Excuse me, sir, can you tell me where the bottling company is?